And he can still get paid on it because it's not about the crime.
But no, that's what I'm saying. That's the book. In '94 or something, they had a ghostwriter come in and just sit, with the bars and all that shit between them, just talking to Charlie, and just writing down the questions he asked and writing down Charlie's answers. And it never even went to publication because through federal law somehow, I take it, because I don't know, I don't think he's in a California penitentiary.
You're not allowed to profit from your crime by making a book that tells about the crime. So if those were the questions, then obviously he couldn't make the money.
Well, obviously somewhere in there, maybe he asked questions about the crime, but he asked regular questions too. Some of them were like, what's your favorite meal for dinner? And it would just be something fucking crazy.
Yeah, but back in the 70s, people weren't so quick to buy up stories about people's lives if they didn't include the crime. Oh, well, that's right.
This dude went into fucking '94 to do it.
Even then, though, they were out in the bars every night.
Right, but they ruled that there's no money to be made off of it, and secondly, there's no money to give to him because he is criminally insane, and a very rare kind of criminally insane. So,
that's for sure. But he makes a fortune off his CD sales.
Yeah.
But this guy could write his manifesto and not include his crimes in it and make a fortune off of that because people are going to buy it.
Hey, I like the idea behind 2007, I think. She came through there on a political rally, like a town hall meeting, and he asked her 2 different questions that made no fucking sense.
Oh, Sarah Palin, you mean?
No,
the Giffords.
Giffords.
That's right, yeah, they mentioned something about that.
He asked her 2 questions that made no damn sense whatsoever, and she just couldn't answer them, and he got pissed about it, and they had to escort him out.
Yeah.
And they were
Here's your sign, motherfuckers.
Well, they were talking to people like that lived on his block, and said when he was still halfway approachable, he would come up to them like out on the street or something. They were just in their yard or something, and say, "Hey, if I asked you this, how would you answer it?" And then he'd ask the question, and everybody on the block would be like, "This what? That makes no fucking sense. What are you talking about?" And he got real mad at them and said, like, after everybody just told him his questions didn't make any sense, he stopped talking to his friends. He, stopped coming out of his house except to get the mail and shit like that.
Well, people get beyond paranoid, and the questions do start to make no sense because they're so conspiracy-filled they can't possibly be possible. However, there are questions that need to be asked of this government. And he just is one of the crazies. But there's more out there that are asking the same unintelligent questions as him.
This is the way I look at it, no matter how far our conversation goes on this subject tonight. This is the way I look at it. No matter what's going on, I cannot buy into the build a burger, build a bear, whatever the fuck it is. I can't buy into the connected all around the world thing. I can't do it. Because I know on a individual level, human beings are greedy. And no matter what anybody tells you, any religion, any mindset, anything, the main goal of man is to have more than the next person.
Right. Now,
and
with international trade and corporations being those Bilderbergers, how is it you can't put 2 and 2 together with that?
Because corporations are made of a group of people.
But what corporations are doing is convincing the public through advertising that they need their products.
That's not what I'm saying, okay? But you look, okay, like take Enron. What happened when Enron got in trouble? Each person faced a different sentence for their role in the corruption that Enron was.
And they were all scapegoats because the real people became vice president and shit.
That's what I'm saying. If a corporation goes down, everybody starts thinking every man for himself.
Yeah, absolutely.
In my opinion, if there is a group of people that run this planet on that level,
there's less than 100 of them though, and they only meet secretly.
That's what I'm saying. If those people do exist, and the conspiracy theorists are even 0.1% of being right, then why do we know about them? Why are they letting us know?
We don't really know because it is the crazies that are talking about it.
If this was really the deal, okay, anybody who came out and said this stuff would just disappear.
No.
If anybody ever got near what was really going on.
If people started disappearing in mass like that, there's 4 or 5 million people that believe this stuff. If they started disappearing,
I'm telling you, man.
people would question that. However, it's much easier to convince people that these small amount of people are nuts.
I don't mean the cat doing the shooting and all that. I'm talking about these dudes on the fucking documentaries and shit. If they ever got near what was actually going on, and what I think is actually going on is, yeah, there might be a group like that somewhere. But every time they go to their meetings, okay, in the big mansion or whatever it is, I know they pick, there's at least 2 different places they go, right?
Yes.
The big Bilderbergers, one's like in Europe, one's in Florida or something shit like that. Okay, if there's more than just those 2 places, every time they go, if it's 100 of them, I will bet the bottom fucking dollar, 99 of them are sitting there listening and accepting everything everybody says. But in their mind, they're going, well, I'm going to get over on him. I'm going to get over on her. I'm going to do this to get over on him.
But see,
And I use him to get over on her. But that last dude or woman, that last one is sitting there going, I got them all.
what you're misunderstanding though is they're not in it that way. What they're each one of them of the 100 are in it for themselves, but they acknowledge that fact, and each of them is in their own market.
How do you
They
know?
don't interfere,
How do you
but
know
they
they
do
acknowledge it?
commingle. Now listen, let me finish where I'm going with this. What they do to maintain power, they first make everybody that talks about them existing sound like nutsos.
Okay.
So it's easy to dismiss those people because, oh, they're just crazy blabbermouths, don't listen to what they're saying. At the same time, they're convincing us they're crazy. They're convincing us we need all this shit that they sell. They've got us convinced that healthcare is better if we pay a premium for it.
Okay.
Every single person on this planet has the same basic needs. They know this, but they don't want to meet them because that would cost them money. That would mean they don't get all the money. So they make everything have a tax. Healthcare, breathing has a tax. If you exist, you're paying a tax for something.
Exactly.
Now, in order to maintain power over all that, they have all this money they can spend on political campaigns. So they give equal amounts to both parties and keep a two-party structure in place. This is where the imagery comes into place of the pyramid. If you've got 2 parties butted up against each other, and you're at the top of that pyramid as the cap on those 2 parties, that is a solid structure that is unbreakable.
Right.
So you're going to maintain that power by keeping these parties up against each other and keeping the sheeple going between these 2 parties and thinking anybody that speaks against these 2 parties is crazies and they're not going to get their 2% of the vote.
I'm not even talking, though, about...
That's how they maintain control to keep getting all your money.
That's not, though. That's not... You're not...
They sell you on the dream that you can be as rich as them. Well, then never let it happen.
It's blatantly obvious you can't be as rich as the guy who runs Home Depot or whatever, because that guy...
He's not even in their class.
He has more money than we ever will.
Right, but he's not even in that group.
Here's what I'm saying.
That's my point.
Is you can't be that rich because corporations like that don't work with the guy who started them anymore. You start something, you build it up to a certain level, and you sell it, and you get out. And now you have corporate suits that run these things, with the exception of the restaurant Cracker Barrel, who only hires from within, which I think is hilarious.
You know why it's so easy to sell the people on the fact that those 4 million people that believe these people exist are crazy? Because all the way up to the top chain of Home Depot or Walmart or all these, they're not in that group. They don't have enough money to be in that group because their net worth is less than $10 billion.
But that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying, though...
So it's easy to sell people because those people up to that level don't even know.
What I'm saying is it is a flawed fucking plan to sit there and let even one person know what you're doing if you're doing something dirty. There's no logic behind it. It doesn't matter if I'm going to rob all 3 of y'all's savings accounts, okay? And whichever one of you has the least amount of money, if I just one day would go be like say it was you, Lauren, and I went, I know your PIN numbers, and hell yeah, whenever I feel like it, I'm just going to get in there and take your money. And then you came running to Mike and Josh, like, he's going to take our money. He's going to take our money. Both of them may think, oh, well, she's just riled up about it because she's got very little in there, okay? I'm not saying you're the poorest out of the 4 of us. I'm just saying that you're easier to look at.
Yeah.
There's not lights
In your face.
like there is between me and Mike. I
Oh,
see the
see,
glitter.
exclude me.
Well, I figure that you're blowing all your money on go-go boots and bottles of glitter, so... Apologetic knuckle bump?
Get your knuckle bump. Well, I would not look good in a pair of go-go boots.
But no, it's
But if I did, I'd go there.
okay. I don't think it's a matter of these people that are. I don't think it's a matter that the overlords. It's the easiest way for me to say it. It's the easiest word. Are making us think everybody else is crazy. I feel it's the people that are out yelling about it the loudest. If you look, they've had a lot of spare time. Might be retired. They might be a professor that's between teaching courses, which would have some merit. Like those guys on Ancient Aliens that I say can't make me believe that aliens were here in the Egyptian age because they don't look like they could sell me a car without me needing to see the Carfax report. But if people have got extra time, I feel they are able to be the most vocal about it because they've had way more time to get obsessed with it. I do believe there's merit to it. I do think there's a hierarchy. I believe there's a hierarchy. And I think the top probably 5 levels of it are unable to be infiltrated. But it's the matter of what I'm saying is it is a flawed system to sit and think that if there was some great mass evil that was going to bring us all to our knees in some day and age.
See, that's where it gets shady, because a lot of people believe that it's a great mass evil that wants to conquer the world. It's not. They just want all your money and they want you as slaves.
That's conquering the world.
But it's a different type of conquering the world than you're talking about.
No, I'm not. See, you automatically thought...
Because they've really already got the world conquered if you do it my way.
You automatically thought that everybody was going to be out fucking picking cotton with guys in suits whipping us, didn't you?
No. I assumed that you meant they wanted to destroy us. And some people talk about population control and all that crap.
No.
I'm talking about telling
You're
you need an iPod and then extending you credit that you'll never be able to pay off.
Right. See, what I'm saying is I don't believe they're going to do population control. I don't believe they're going to come out and be like, well, this entire community is just rowdy and unproductive. Let's nuke them. No, I don't think that at all.
No, but they do have plenty of ammunition right now and enough rally power behind the prescription drug problem to declare martial law and people accept it. That's the genius of how they work.
They will never declare martial law and have people accept it.
Hold on, I got to get this on tape.
Yeah, you need to realize anytime we're going to talk serious, it's just going to be me and you.
Listen to what I'm saying here. What is logical about being a poor person who has to be on Medicaid and food stamps, but you're gung-ho Republican because you believe taxing the rich will make it worse on you, that nobody should get a free ride, but you're getting one.
Right.
That's the genius of their plan. They can convince people of doing the stupidest shit. Getting credit that literally will cost you 10 times what the value of the object you're getting credit for by the time you pay it off at minimum payments. It's genius.
That's genius. That is, but when you...
Allowing the Fed to lend $900 more than every 100 in cash, physical cash. It's genius. They've created an economy that doesn't exist in reality.
Right.
It exists on paper, in credit, and the only ones that have the real cash are those 100 people that meet in this Bilderberger group.
Okay, but what I'm saying about martial law is it's not, no matter what the actual written plan for martial law is, okay? Because I never had to read that. It was never taught to me. I know
it's an imposed curfew.
Well, I know it's an imposed curfew.
Police on the streets.
Right,
they can stop you for no reason. They can detain you without warrant because habeas corpus is suspended.
Right.
Basically, you're a puppet of theirs.
Okay.
Just like the president currently is to this group that we're talking about.
No. But I mean, if
they're like out of our league, I guess, because they're not even trying to listen to the conversation anymore.
I'm listening.
But it's a matter with martial law.
It's all theoretical anyway.
Yeah. I mean, this is just what me and him believe. We're just what we think will happen.
Which is why I haven't said anything.
What do you think will happen?
I have 2 theories of what's going to happen.
What do you think will happen?
I don't have an opinion.
You don't have an
That's
opinion?
why I haven't said anything.
Like, not at all. You don't think anything's going to happen. You think we're just going to exist until the end of time?
No.
And then when the higher deity comes back, he's going to be a leprechaun